What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Triple Z. I'm your host, Isaiah Henry. The Indiana Pacers win Game 1 on the road in Cleveland, and the Golden State Warriors will advance to the second round after defeating the Houston Rockets in Game 7. Let's talk about it. Pacers shoot lights out in Game 1 in Cleveland, winning 121 to 112. Pacers, I would say, had a flawless performance offensively. They shot 53% from the floor, 52% from three, 93% from the three-point line. And when you talk about a Pacers team with Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, TJ McConnell, Opie Toppin, all these players, Miles Turner, right, and Rick Carlisle, being the head coach, they have so many weapons when it comes to their unique offense. They can score in transition with the best of them. They can score in the restricted area. They have players who are constantly moving. And when you look at the Pacers offense and see how they play, their main goal, to me it seems like, to score quickly and efficiently. Like, that's their top priorities, to score quickly and efficiently. And what holds the Pacers offense together is their ability to pass the ball. Whether it's with the skip pass, the advance pass, cross-court pass, a player being one pass away, the ball never sticks. Like, the Pacers offense, even if you're a great defense, the Pacers offense will have you moving side to side. And when you're in a blender and you're moving side to side, they create advantages like that, where they find Opie Toppin for a lob dunk, or TJ McConnell on that baseline, or Miles Turner open for a three, or Pascal Siakam getting a mismatch in the post. Like, they create advantages when they get you in rotation and they have you moving side to side, because the ball moves faster than players. And when the Pacers are moving that ball around, they had 30 assists in this game. 30 assists. The way how they generated open three-point shots was key for them in this game. The Pacers during the regular season were 16th in three-pointers made. They averaged 13 per game. Against the Cleveland Cavaliers, they made 19 of their 36 three-pointer attempts. A lot of it was, if like 19 of their three-pointers made, I would like to say 11 of them were catch and shoot threes where an offensive player is wide open. Wide open. Aaron Nesmith went 4 of 6 from 3. He has a block on Donovan Mitchell on the defensive end, and then he's running out in transition. Tyrese Halliburton finds him one pass away. He makes the open 3. Or Pascal Siakam's at the top of the key, does a skip pass to Miles Turner in the corner. Miles Turner puts it on the floor, kicks it right back out to Pascal Siakam at the top of the key. And before Pascal can put his feet on the ground, he immediately gives it up to Aaron Nesmith, who's wide open for a corner 3. I thought Nesmith did a great job of aligning himself with any Indiana Pacers who had the ball, and it led to him making his three-point shots. Pascal Siakam being a pick-and-pop player and knocking down 2 open threes from the top of the key. Andrew Nembhard stepping into his three-point shots with confidence when the Cavs were making their comeback and they were down one possession, 104 to 102. Nembhard makes 2 big threes to extend the Pacers lead, 110 to 102. And you can trust Andrew Nembhard to pretty much do anything on the basketball court. He can be your secondary ball handler. He can score in the open court. He can score in the half court. He has a mid-range game. He can hit the three-point shot. He can make and take big shots in big moments of a playoff games. We saw that last year against the New York Knicks. Like, he is not scared of the moment, and he led all Pacers players with a plus 21. Tyrese Halliburton, 22 points, 13 assists, 3 blocks. Not bad for a player who was deemed overrated by his peers. With Halliburton, I think he's at his best when he's selfish. We know he's a great point guard, he's a great facilitator, great playmaker, decision maker with the ball. But when he gets selfish and is not thinking pass first and has a scoring mentality, I need to score at this very moment, I think that's when he's at his best. And the Cavs were comfortable switching Jarrett Allen onto Tyrese Halliburton. Jarrett Allen is one of the best defenders in the NBA, but that's not his strong suit, stepping out on the perimeter. That's not his strong suit. He's more of a shot blocker at the rim, and he makes you think twice of what kind of shot you're going to attempt around the basket. But when Jarrett Allen stepped out to the perimeter to guard Tyrese Halliburton, I love the mindset that Tyrese Halliburton had, which was, I have a mismatch, I have a big that can't guard me, let me go to work. If Tyrese Halliburton had no problem calling for an isolation on Giannis Antetokounmpo with the game on the line in Game 5, what makes you think he has a problem calling an isolation on Jarrett Allen? Like, come on. Like, I'm not saying Jarrett Allen's a bum or anything, but Giannis Antetokounmpo is probably a better perimeter defender than Jarrett Allen. So if Tyrese Haliburton has no problem calling out Giannis for the isolation, he has no problem calling out Jarrett Allen for the isolation. He got right to it. He wasted no time. Anytime he saw Jarrett Allen, he knew what he wanted to do. Whether that's get past him and get inside the paint, get a floater, get to his mid-range. There was one play where he made one of his three-pointers. He broke Jarrett Allen down. Now they're within inside the three-point line. And then Tyrese Haliburton goes between the leg, hits a step-back three over Jarrett Allen. Like, that was easy money for Tyrese Haliburton. And when he's selfish, trying to score the basketball and not thinking, damn, I got to set up, Pascal on the block, or I got to find Nembhard, running around for an open three-point shot, or, I got to run this pick and roll and pop it back out to Miles Turner for a three. No. When he had the mindset, I'm going to score on Jarrett Allen or score on whoever, whether it's Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, or Dean Wade. When he had that scoring mindset, that's when the Pacers were at their very best, man. I thought Tyrese Haliburton did great offensively. 13 assists, finding Andrew Nembhard, finding Aaron Nesmith, finding Pascal Siakam. I thought he did great defensively. When the Cavaliers were making that comeback and they were within, 8 to 10 points with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Tyrese Haliburton made some big defensive plays. But Donovan Mitchell is trying to, bring the Cavaliers back into this game, but Tyrese Haliburton is guarding him and he holds his ground. He moves his feet. He has his hands up. He doesn't foul. The Cavs didn't even score in that possession when Donovan Mitchell was trying to go at Tyrese Haliburton. And then Max Strus is coming up to a wing for a quick three. Haliburton closes out greatly, contests the shot, and gets a block. Like, those are big-time moments and big-time plays for Tyrese Haliburton. Like, this man was deemed overrated. And when I saw that report or article that he was overrated, voted the most overrated player in the NBA, I just can't get down with that. Like, how is a player who can average 20 points, 10 assists, and doesn't turn over the ball, has a low turnover to assist ratio, how can a player like that be overrated? I could never get down with that. As soon as I saw that, I was like, nah, I can't get down with that. Just couldn't get down with that. But here he is in game 1, 23 points, 13 assists. How many turnovers did he have? Probably like 2. 1 turnover. Come on. How is that overrated? Yeah, great win for the Pacers. Flawless offensive game. Flawless offensive game, man. Wow. And they had 16 turnovers. But the Pacers are also one of the best transition teams. So when they turned over the ball, they were able to get back in front of the Cavaliers. So let's see how game 2 goes. For the Cavaliers, Darius Garland didn't play in game 1. He's missing his 3rd straight game with this sprained big toe, meaning Donovan Mitchell, had to take a bigger role offensively. Didn't have the best game. Shot 13 of 30 from the floor, went 1 of 11 from 3. And mind you, the Cavs are one of the best three-point shooting teams, if not the best three-point shooting team in the NBA, but they only made 9 of their 38 attempts from 3. Shot 23% from the three-point line. And what's crazy is they only had 7 turnovers. And when you have more possessions with the basketball, you have a better chance of winning the game. But with Indiana basically not missing their shots, it was hard for the Cavaliers to capitalize on those turnovers that they committed from the Indiana Pacers. So there is reports saying that Darius Garland is going to be back for game 2. Let's see how that goes. If I'm the Pacers, I'm being extra greedy in game 2. I want to be up 2-0 going back to the crib. Let's go right at Darius Garland. If the Cavs are comfortable switching Jarrett Allen onto me, I know what to do if I'm Tyrese Haliburton. Let's move on to the biggest game of the night, Game 7 between the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. One question I had for myself, or one question I needed answered before this game. What kind of rotation would Steve Kerr play? Because I felt like he's tried everything. Starting Buddy Hield, having Brandon Podziemski come off the bench, starting Gary Payton Jr., running his own version of a double big lineup with Santos and Quentin Post. So I was just curious, like, what rotation, what lineup is going to be most beneficial for the Warriors to win this game against a Houston Rockets team that has a lot of momentum because they're coming down from 3-1 and they forced a game 7 on their home court. So what is Steve Kerr going to go with? He did not mess around in this game. It was strictly all veterans. All veterans. Like, yeah, you saw a little bit of like Jonathan Kuminga, but like you just brushed that to the side. He played all veterans. So Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Buddy Hill, Draymond Green, Kevon Looney. Like, he went with the that has been in these kind of situations before. Buddy Hill was the hero out of nowhere. 33 points, 22 coming in the first half. Shot 9 of 11 from 3. I mean, with him, being one pass away from Draymond, Steph, and Jimmy, and them just getting the pass right to Buddy Hill. There was one play, Buddy Hill's running to the corner, then Steph's running to that same corner as well. Steph throws it over his head. Buddy catches it and makes the three-point shot. That was insane. That was absolutely insane. But Steve Kerr inserted Buddy Hill into the starting lineup. Game 4? Game 5? I can't remember. And I would say that adjustment of Buddy Hill in the starting lineup was more positive than negative. Because Buddy Hill, he's one of the best shooters in the NBA. He's capable of making 6, 7, 8 threes in a game. And he makes 9 of them in game 7. Probably the biggest game of his life, right? The biggest game he's ever been a part of. But to score 33 points, led all scorers. I mean, this was a big game for Buddy Hill. Big game for Buddy Hill. I thought that zone defense from the Warriors really disrupted the offensive rhythm for the Houston Rockets. It's like they were committing turnovers. They couldn't get good shots around the rim. Steph Curry didn't have the best start to the game, but when he needed to come through, he came through. I mean, like, he was getting double teamed. He adapted well to how physical the Rockets were playing against him, bumping him or grabbing him if he's coming off a screen, or even if he's off the ball and he's just like kind of, jogging around, getting ready, not being a part of the action. I mean, the Rockets will grab, bump him, hit him, do all types of stuff to get Curry off his game. But when you've done it for so long and when you're one of the greatest players of all time, you've been through it all. Steph Curry in that second half, I mean, he was phenomenal. What did he score in the second half? Let's see. 19 in the second half. Shot 7 of 9 from the floor, 77%, 3 of 4 from 3, 75%. He was amazing. He knew when to get into his own groove. He knew when to pass it up. He knew when to attack the rim. The right play time and time again. He's just great. One of the best players of all time. Top 10 for me. Greatest point guard in my eyes, man. Steph Curry, he's been a part of this. He's been a part of, game 7s where he wins and game 7 where he loses. Like, he knows what this moment calls for on the road in game 7. I knew he wasn't going to disappoint. Like, I was not worried when he was missing his 3-point shots. Like, he started off the game, 2 of 9 from 3? Like, I don't know, something like that. But like, you knew he was going to come to the party. He might have came late, but you knew he was always invited and he was going to be ready to party in game 7. The veterans for the Warriors, Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, Buddy, they came to play. They were big time. Draymond Green scored 16 points, hit a couple of threes. Steph sets a back screen for Draymond. He gets a wide open layup. Or, Jimmy Butler and Draymond runs a pick and roll. Was that Pajensky or Butler? No, I think it was Butler. Yeah, Butler and Draymond run a pick and roll, and Jimmy drops it off to Draymond. He gets a floater inside. So you needed everyone to contribute in positive ways, and that's what the Warriors got in Game 7. Jimmy Butler, he knew what spots he wanted to get to, and he just played with confidence. Like, he is a very confident player. He has no problem doing the little things, right? Setting screens, rebounding, defending, getting to the free throw line. Like, he has no problem doing the little things. He's working for the Warriors. Let's see how they do against the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's going to be a great series. You got Jimmy Butler going back to his old team, and the way how him and Minnesota kind of ended wasn't on good terms. You got Rudy Gobert and Draymond Green, their beef. Steph Curry versus Anthony Edwards. This is going to be great. That's going to be a great series. But for the Houston Rockets, really quickly, I mean, yes, it sucks to lose Game 7 on your home court, but there's a lot to look forward to. With Amen Thompson, Sengun, Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason, Fred VanVleet's going to come back. You know, Dylan Brooks is going to come back. Ime Udoka is going to get better as a head coach. Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. I know it sucks now, but this is a part of the growth and challenges you face as a young team. Like the year before, they went on that 11-game winning streak. You know, it was 1 game behind the Golden State Warriors for the play-in spot, and then they go on a 5-game losing streak and miss the playoffs completely. Ime Udoka, at the beginning of the season, said, we're going to be a playoff team. We're going to be a playoff team. He's enforcing that confidence, that discipline, and that, you know, will to be a better team than what they were before. And they finished as the 2nd seed in a chaotic Western Conference. And they take a Warriors team that's won 4 championships within the last 12 years, that's been in every playoff scenarios, that have 3 Hall of Fame players and a Hall of Fame coach, and they take that team to Game 7 while being down 3-1. That's impressive. That's a part of the challenge. That's a part of the journey. So the Rockets, man, I know it sucks to lose on Game 7, but there's so much to look forward to. And I hate to be this guy, but Jalen Green, though, like the Rockets have to understand they're one offensive engine from being a title contender. And I think Jalen Green, and maybe with a few other players, maybe like Reed Shepard, maybe Jabari Smith Jr., but like Jalen Green is going to be like an offering piece to other teams from the Houston Rockets. And the contract he's on is pretty cheap. 3 years, $105 million, has a player option in 2027, 2028, and then the following year he's a free agent. So let's see how the Rockets utilize him. Do they keep him? Do they, you know, use him as an offering to get a better package deal from him, like a Kevin Durant or maybe Giannis Antetokounmpo if he asks Milwaukee for a trade? But Jalen Green, yeah. I mean, I know he's young. He's 22 years of age, but this was not a great playoff series. Not a great playoff series for him. And I mean, yeah, he was getting double team, he was getting blitz, but there was other moments for him where you saw him play and it was like, that's not the answer. Taking a step back contested 3 against Draymond Green is not the answer. Taking a contested mid-range shot is not the answer. Turning over the ball and then not getting back is not the answer. So, yeah. So the Rockets, they need to figure out that with Jalen Green, but overall, Houston was great this season. Finished the 2nd seed. Had an all-star in Sengun. Had an Coach of the Year finalist in Ime Udoka. The future is very bright for the Houston Rockets. Thank you for listening to Triple Z. Appreciate you all for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Zzz.